while we're on the kind of the playing for your country thing, I want you guys to talk about winning the Olympics specifically in 2012. I think it's fitting in an Olympic year, but you all had done all of the things. By 2012, it was kind of readily accepted that you guys were either the best doubles team ever or on your way to becoming the best doubles team ever. So the only argument was about timing and counting stats at that point. But you hadn't won in 04, you hadn't won in 08. So talk about going into the 2012 Olympics and the pressure set with knowing that this could be a thing that could potentially, if you don't win it this time, 16 wasn't guaranteed at that moment. 20 certainly wasn't guaranteed at that moment. Talk about you all going into that tournament. Did you talk about it as something different? Did you understand the weight of it? What was that like? And what were the kind of, I guess, the mental ramifications going into that event versus, a slam at that point?
Yeah, I mean, 2012, we were 34 years old. 35 years old when Andre retired was ancient. There were no guarantees past mid-30s in singles or doubles. It's all changed now with the longevity we're seeing out there. But there's a sense of urgency with the Olympics, right? Tennis is always about the next opportunity. If you don't win the French Open, you got to crack at Wimbledon. This one, that one. Olympics is different. You got to wait 4 years. You got to be top in your country or you're not going. And everyone always asks us, what would you rather win, a Grand Slam or the Olympics? I think for singles, you take a Grand Slam. You put yourself in the history books. It really validates everything you've done your whole life. I've heard the number, if you win a Grand Slam, is worth 30 million in endorsements and this and that. It opens the door to the Hall of Fame. But for doubles, that's different. You're not making headlines. You're not playing on TV every day. A lot of people don't know the doubles players, but winning a gold medal kind of takes you to that global audience. It's the trophy that everyone wants to hold. I just did career day here at my kid's school, and I brought the gold medal and I passed it around. The kids were freaking out holding it. It's like it's celebrity onto itself. And, we've done charity events where we put the gold medal around people's neck. Hey, we'll charge you $100 for a gold medal pick and we'll raise like 20 grand, so it's really cool. And it was just like the Davis Cup. It was a journey. We didn't win it in 04 right away. It took a lot of heartache to really get those emotions. And you were crying because it didn't come easy. It's always something that you wanted, but it didn't come easy. In 04, we were a shoo-in. Sports Illustrated said the Bryans they got the gold. We're on the doorstep of the medal rounds in the quarterfinals. We're watching our opponent, Nico Masu, playing in singles before our doubles match. It's 100 degrees. His face is red. He's playing a 4-hour match. We're licking our chops in the locker room saying he's not even going to play. He wins his singles. We thought he was going to default. He goes out for the doubles. We're up a break. His face is just beet red, and he does a throat slash to his trainer like, I'm done. And we're like, yay, we got medal. And then his trainer runs out and gives him espresso. I don't know, but he became a different guy. And we ended up, he took us out. It was the only time we ever lost to Masu and Gonzalez in doubles. It was a quiet car ride back to the hotel. We were actually on a flight 3 hours later back to the States. We were so pissed. We didn't enjoy the Olympic experience. We were just wanted out of there. We didn't stay in the village like you did. We stayed at the hotel because we were so focused. And then 08 comes around and we got to do it. Number one seed again. We make it to the medal rounds. We're in the semis. We lose a heartbreaker at 3 a.m. to some Swiss guys. And we have to play hours later. And in tennis, you lose a match, you're on a flight. But we got to play. We're heartbroken, but we're out there playing for something shiny. We have to leave with a medal. We're playing Lodra Santoro, who beat us in the Wimbledon final. They actually stripped down to their underwear and kind of danced on our grave when we're at the trophy ceremony. So there was some built up stuff against them. Down a break in the third, we win the bronze. Macker, our coach, he's not an emotional guy. He was crying. We go in the locker room, we come around the corner, Lodra Santoro are crying. We're smiles ear to ear. We're dancing to the Swiss national anthem on the medal stand. All hugs. We're going through the security in Beijing airport. The security guy sees this, dark disc in our bag. He pulls it out. It's the bronze medal. He's taking pictures with it. We're getting mobbed. we fly home, to California, and we show it to our trainer. Hey, Gary, check out our bronze. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm like, what do you mean you're sorry? This is the best thing that's ever happened to us. He's like, oh, and then we start making excuses for why we won the bronze. It went from the front of our trophy case to the kitchen drawer, and it just became a pain in the ass that we had to tell this long story of why we didn't win the gold. So then, 34 years old, we went to London. There was a sense of urgency. We had to win that gold. It all came together. We won 7 tiebreakers during that time. It was 2 out of 3 sets on grass, doubles, small margins. We got it. We played the French guys again in the finals. And, it was one of those moments, there was no tears on the medal stand. We were in shock. And I think it was Cincinnati a few weeks later that we were in our rental car and we just started screaming. It finally hit us. And I had the gold in my racket bag. I carried it around in my bag for 6 months, brought it out at bars. It was like a chick magnet, and I for Mike, because I was married anyway.
But Bob, I remember your gold medal. It had so many scuffs on it, and it wasn't even a circle anymore. You're handing it out to so many fans; they were dropping it, and it was actually almost a square. And yeah. I kept mine at my house. I shined it up. It was in the front. I had lights shining on it. And then Bob did the old switcheroo. Came out to California and put his little square. It wasn't even gold. It looked silver, and then took my gold out to Miami. And it's pretty funny.
So where do they stand currently then?
Well, it's in the safe, but Mike had this mint condition gold medal in the safe. My ribbon was all tattered, and so I did the switcheroo. I'm like, hey, I want a fresh one. And he called me it was a year later. He was like, you son of a bitch, give me my gold medal back. So he hadn't even looked at it. So anyway, my gold medals got some mileage on it.
I love that. And so the Swiss guys you were referencing, that was Kratishville and Lammer?
Exactly. No, but it was funny. The match before us was a 21-19 in the third. So we got on at 3 a.m. or 1 a.m. and we expected there to be no fans there, but there was a Swiss army of 10,000.
Yeah, so, people like watching Federer.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I don't. Screw him.